A major factor is fear. Fear of economic loss, loss of status, fear of violence, and fear of intermarriage. Do you think other Negro families will come to Levittown?
Definitely.
Yes.
What do you think will happen?
Well, just what's happening already. I don't know. It's a rumor I read in the paper where they have 2 colored school teachers now in Levittown. So that's just a good example of what is going to happen.
Well, what's wrong with that?
I do not like it. I have 2 daughters and 2 sons. And if there's too many colored people around here, I definitely will get out. I'm not thinking I don't want her associating with colored people, period.
Well, I'm very definitely against mixed marriages, and that's eventually what it's going to come to. If children are raised together, they're not going to think of anything of marrying together.
Well, I just could not live beside them. I don't feel that they should be oppressed. But I moved here. One of the main reasons was because it was a white community. And that's the only place I intend to live. If I have to leave Levittown, I will do so.
For some Levittowners, the basic issues involved had nothing to do with intermarriage or property values, loss of status, fear of crime, neighborhood decline, or of being in the minority. They saw it as a test of democracy. What was your reaction to the Myers moving in?
Well, I was happy to see this become more of an American community.
There seems to be a large group opposed to the Myers. What would be your attitude toward them?
Well, I would divide. I don't know if there are large groups of people opposed to the Myers. After all, we have some, I don't know, I guess close to 60,000 people in Levittown. Those mobs were never more than 500 or 600. And I think if you'd gone down to the shopping center any night at the time the mobs were here, you would have seen 10,000 people at the shopping center, while those who were violently opposed to Myers moving in were engaging in what they were engaging in.
You don't think, then, that a large majority is against Myers moving in?
Well, that's not true offhand. I know some of the immediate neighbors right here who were for the Myers moving in. I wouldn't hazard a guess at what the proportion is that welcomes the Myers and what proportion is opposed to it, but I don't think that's the main issue involved in this case anyway.
What is the main issue?
The main issue is the right of these people to live like Americans as they choose and to be accepted as good neighbors.
What are you going to do about it?
I intend to try to be a good neighbor.
Do you feel that the Myers coming to Levittown will lead to large numbers of other Negroes coming here?
I don't know.
Do you think the Myers will be able to live here comfortably?
I think it'll take a little time, but they will eventually.
Have you heard any rumors about the Myers?
Oh, dozens and dozens of rumors.
What kind?
Oh, that he was being paid by the NAACP, that the Reds were behind it, that the Jews were behind it, that this group and that group was behind it. There were all kinds of rumors. I guess some of them were being spread deliberately, some were just a result of hysteria. There was all kinds of malicious rumors. Some of them were so ridiculous you couldn't see how people could accept them, but in the atmosphere some people did accept them and spread them.
What course do you think the future of Levittown will take?
Well, I'll tell you, I don't think Levittown's an island. It's part of the USA, and I think it's going to integrate like the rest of this country is going to integrate.